Well, he attack me. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
Blessings Nation, and now welcome to the channel. Your man Jaden Chase, another one we're going to bring on another reasoning on the topic of current affairs. So if you're new to the channel, well, I'm suggesting that you click the subscribe icon and of course, let your voice be heard. Like and share the video, and yes, drop a comment in the comment section. Now, let's get right into the reasoning. Now Nation, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson has exposed the fact that criminal organizations have been supported for decades by key members of the business community. Now, the police commissioner was quoted as saying, "The high-powered weapons we have seized are not cheap. The weapons being recovered are not those weapons from the 90s and the early 2000s. These weapons were recently brought in. And as to what we now know, are being imported by wealthy businessmen and women who are then selling it to criminal organizations in the inner city." Commissioner stated that these are not tools of economic development. They are tools of warfare and they destroy communities. I'm going to hear from the police commissioner himself and they will continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
Has been on gunmen, guns, and gangs. We are going to continue that focus because this is at the heart of the biggest problem that this country faces. For decades, our people have been killed by these gunmen, and they get lost in the discussion around these killings. It's important that we as the JCF put them into sharp focus. These homicides that they do, these murders, don't occur as a phenomenon. They are done by people who are carrying high-powered weapons and are using them on their fellow gang members, on members of the public, on their own families at times, and they have no qualms about using it on the police. In light of that, there have been a number of fatal confrontations where these gunmen who have been faced with arrest by the police have decided that they are going to shoot their way out of it. Once there is a conflict or a gunfight between the police and gunmen, the police need to win that gunfight 100% of the time. Every single time that a gunman and a police officer are in an armed conflict, the police officer must win. Gunmen have made a choice, and their choice is to create death, mayhem, and pain in this society. Our police officers have made a choice. Their choice has been to defend this society, and that's why I take that position. Now, there have been some statements recently, and I need to put them in context. And we see this every time there are some fatal shootings. And without saying it, sometimes the way it is communicated to the public would get the impression that these fatal shootings are either improper shooting, inappropriate shootings, suspicious shootings. We have a mechanism, and that mechanism is INDECOM. INDECOM investigates all shootings by police officers. And sometimes, without the context, which they rarely give, without the context of how these shootings occur and what the outcomes of INDECOM reports are, the wrong impression can be given to the public. So in 2019, INDECOM completed 612 reports. The numbers I'm giving are in their quarterly reports, and if anyone can go and look at them. In the back of them, you will go case by case with respect to fatal shootings. So 612 reports were done in 2019. 6 of them, or 1% of these reports, charges were recommended by INDECOM. In 2020, 657 cases or reports were completed. 14 of them, charges were recommended. And these are all cases, these are not just shootings. In 2021, 764 of these cases or reports were completed. 14 of them, they recommended charges. Now understand, the recommendation of a charge means there's sufficient in a file to carry it forward to put it before the courts. It does not mean that these officers are going to be convicted. Now, in light of that, it sets a different context than just to say 6 people were charged or 14 people were charged. It is 14 of 600. It's either 1% or 2%. That is what we see. And I think it's important for our public to know this so that they can confidently support the JCF in what we have to do to go after the guns, the gunmen, and the gangs. With respect to the fatal shootings, in 2019, there were 82 fatal shootings. 4 were recommended to have the persons involved charged. 4 of 82, or 5%. In 2020, there were 91 fatal shootings. 5 of them were recommended for charges, or roughly 6%. In 2021, we're seeing 57 fatal shootings, of which 3 were recommended for charges. Now, I think it's important to note that some of the officers charged with fatal shootings, these actions did not take place on the job and were domestic in nature. So in terms of on-the-job shootings, it's even less than that. And these are ones where the cases are such that Indicom felt that a charge should be preferred and these officers appear before the courts. It does not mean at this point that these officers are guilty. So it's important to note that the body that investigates us uniformly and routinely puts out reports every quarter. And for the most part, they see the shootings that occur by the JCF as necessary and appropriate. And hence, no charge involved in the majority of cases. The public can be confident that the JCF, in its pursuit.
And nation, there's no going around this. We see what take place on the international stage of world affairs. There are individuals who profit from crime and violence, from the loss of lives, even if they are not the ones committing the act themselves. Because the individuals who bring in illegal weapons and then sell them to criminal organizations who then, as the commissioner said, either turn it on their fellow members or on innocent members of the public. Individuals who bring in illegal weapons and knowingly turn them over to these organizations for money are clearly playing a role. Talk to me in the comment section, nation. I don't know how you feel about the commissioner's statement and what some citizens might already even know as a clear fact. That yes, criminal organizations have partnered for decades with certain members of the business community, and that there are wealthy individuals who continue to profit from arming criminal organizations who then go out and perpetrate criminal acts. Talk to me in the comment section. Your sentiments, and for those who don't, well, of course, more you click the subscribe icon. Yes? More you put it on all. And this is how you know to be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and must a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel. Check out the reasoning. Join the discussion via the comment section, which is 24/7 and it never lack yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts and comments on this. Your opinions is there, and we can continue the reasoning. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments that you and yours have to live, love, and prosper. Stay tuned.